right, and we are live. Hold on, let me readjust this real quick. All right, perfect, and we are live. What's up, all y'all spirits out there? Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever time it is when you are watching. Today we are doing a handstand flow. We're gonna be doing a couple variations today. So we're gonna go through all our warm-ups. We're gonna be warming up our wrists, warming up our core, warming up our arms, our forearms. We're gonna be warming up everything, okay? So when you guys are ready, go ahead and meet me in a seated position. So let's go ahead and sit down. And now that we are in our seated position, we are going to start with some deep breaths, but pay attention to your breath because as we're inhaling, we're going to be expanding the abdomen. So we're going to be pushing out as we take our breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to be tucking in, activating your core, pulling things in. So inhale, filling the stomach up, pushing out, pushing out. Exhale, pulling back in. Let me turn towards the side so you guys can see that. That's what we're doing. We're taking a deep breath in. We're filling up, pulling all our air in. And as we exhale, activating the abdomen, activating the core, pulling everything tight in. Okay? So that is what we're doing with our breath. But while we're doing that, we're also going to have our hands clasped together and we're going to be rolling them out, warming up our wrist. Okay? So when you guys are ready, let's go ahead and start. So deep breath in, clasp your hands together, deep breath in, filling up the abdomen, rolling your wrist out, deep breath out, pulling things nice and tight, pulling things back in, activating the core. Okay, we're gonna do a couple more rounds of this. Let's do 2 more breaths. Really roll out your wrists. Keep that breath intact with your core movements. One more time, deep breath in, feeling all your air into your abdomen. Exhale, activating the core. All right, we're going to start separating our palms. Keep your fingers interlaced, but we're going to separate the palms. So we're making this straight line with our arms and with our fingers, and we're going to start doing some waves. All right, so our right wrist is coming up, it's flexing, then it's going back down, and now the left wrist is flexing. So we're just going to be doing these waves. Remember, we're going to keep our breath intact. So deep breath in, filling the abdomen, deep breath out, pulling things in, activating the core. 2 more times here. Last breath, and then we're going to switch it up. Hello, thank you for joining. Deep breath in, guys, filling the abdomen, filling all your air into your stomach. And as you exhale, tightening the core, pushing everything out. Let's go ahead and switch to the opposite direction now. So now instead of going like this, you're gonna go like this, okay? So instead of the right wrist starting off, the right wrist going up, we're gonna start off with the left wrist. The left wrist is going to go up, just like that. So when you guys are ready, remember we're keeping our breath intact. So as we're taking our deep breath in, we are filling our abdomen. And as we take our deep breath out, we are tightening everything, activating the core, pushing everything back in. Okay, so remember, we're keeping that breath as we do these movements. So go ahead, clasp your hands back together. We're gonna do it 3 times, just like we did on the other side. Go ahead, clasp everything together. Deep breath in. Remember, filling your abdomen with air. Deep breath out. Tightening, activating the core. 2 more breaths here. Filling your belly with air here. Deep breath out. Tucking everything in, tightening and activating the core. Let's do that once more, 1 more breath. Feeling everything. Deep breath out. Tightening and activating the core. Go ahead, release your clasp, Soften your belly. We're not going to push. We're not going to pull. Just soften the belly. And we're just going to shake out our hands. Now, take some time to shake out the hands. Shake out the wrist. Shaking for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to spin ourselves around. And we're just going to lay flat on our back. We're just going to do a little bit of some core exercises. Just a little bit, guys. Before we move on to our next set of exercises. So go ahead and meet me on the mat. Lay all the way down nice and flat. All right. What you're going to do is you're going to take your hands. You can actually leave them down by your side, or if you feel comfortable, you can lay them over your chest, or you can put them behind your head just like this. You know, your hand placement is not really important right now. I'm just going to lay my hands down to my side just like this, okay? And what you want to do, you kind of want to tuck that tailbone because you want to make sure that your lower back is laying flat against the mat. You want to push it against the ground in this moment. And next thing you're going to do, with the inhale, we're just going to raise our legs straight in the air, just like this. We're just going to raise our legs straight in the air. And we're actually going to flex the feet. So our feet are going to be flexed. They're not going to be pointing like this, okay? We're going to flex them. So our toes are going to be facing the same direction as our head. So like I said, your head and arm placement doesn't really matter at the moment. I'm going to place mine by my side. And we're just going to do some leg lifts. So basically, we're going to be lowering our legs. Not all the way down, just about 1 inch or 2 above the mat. And then we're going to raise them back up, just like so, okay? So we're going to do that 10 times. And then we're going to move on to our next exercise, okay? So make sure your breath is going intact with your movements, all right? So you're inhaling, lowering the legs. And you're exhaling. With the power of your exhale, you're pushing your legs back up. Okay, so now that we get the sequence, we get the flow, we get what our breath is supposed to be doing. So let's go ahead and do that 10 times, guys. Let's start together. Deep breath in, lowering the legs. Deep breath out. With the power of our breath, we are pushing the legs back up. Okay, you guys can go as fast or as slow as you want. We have 9 more to do. Eight more to do. Deep breath in, lowering the legs. Deep breath out, raising. And you guys can breathe in through your nose and breathe out your nose or mouth. Five more to go. Four more to go, guys. Remember, we're not laying our legs all the way down. They're just 1 inch or 2 above the mat. Two more to go. Two more to go. Wait. 3 more to go. 3 more to go. Last 2. Last 1. Deep breath in. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Exhaling, raising our legs. Okay, we're going to do an active rest. We're going to take a couple breaths here with our legs raised. If you want, you can soften them. Don't lower them all the way down. You can just soften the knees. Maybe have your feet resting against your legs. But we're not going to lower our legs down all the way. We're going to take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Let's take one more breath here. And as you exhale, go ahead and extend your legs. This time we're going to extend our arms as well. We're going to stretch up, lifting our upper back, neck, and head off the mat. So really stretch your arms, try to touch your toes, keep your feet flexed. And basically, we're going to do 10 leg lifts like before. But we're going to be keeping our upper body stretched up, reaching, trying to grab towards our toes. Okay, guys? So let's do that 10 times. When you guys are ready, let's go ahead and start. Inhale, lower the legs. Exhale, bring it back up. That's 1. That's 2. 8 more times. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And remember, guys, we are reaching our arms up. We are reaching up. Deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Deep breath here. Deep breath out. Come on, let's keep this up. Keep this up. 5 more to go. 5 more to go. We can do this. 4 more to go. Inhale, lower legs. 3 more to go. Last 2. Let's make it count. Last one here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Go ahead. Lower your neck down. Lower your upper body down. Let's rest our legs. Bring your ankles. Bring the backs of your feet to your thighs. We're going to take a 2 to 3 breath rest here, guys. So take a deep breath in. Go ahead, take your arms, hug them around your legs, bring them closer to your chest as you exhale. Go ahead, relax that neck, relax those shoulders. Deep breath here. And a deep breath out. One more breath. Now, as you exhale, what you're going to do, let's go ahead and release our arms around. Release our arms. We're going to stretch our arms above our head, just like so. Go ahead and stretch those arms out above your head. And what you're going to do, going to take a deep breath here, stretching the arms. And as you exhale, we're going to crunch up, touching those toes. Then we're going to take our deep breath in. We're going to release, stretching those arms above head. Okay? So that is the sequence, guys. We're going to do that 10 times as well. So we're taking a deep breath, stretching arms above head. And as we exhale, we are crunching, touching toes. Okay? So deep breath in. Deep breath out. Inhale, stretching arms above head. Exhale, crunching and touching the toes. Seven more to go. Inhale, stretching arms nice and tall. Exhale, crunching, tucking the toes. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. 5 more to go. Let's make it count. Four more to go. Last 2. Deep breath in. Stretching arms nice and tall above head. Exhale. Touching the toes, grabbing the toes, crunching. One more time. All right, go ahead and lower your neck, lower your upper back towards the mat. Take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. One more deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to want to cross your ankles and use some momentum to roll up into a seated position. All right, now that we're rolled up, we're going to spin our legs around and we're going to come into a tabletop. So go ahead and meet me in a tabletop position. Take your time getting there. There's no rush. We're going to have our knees hip distance apart. And we're going to stack our wrists under our shoulders, but we're going to make sure that our hands are not flat against the mat. So we don't want our hands completely flat against the mat. We want to create little tents with our fingers. So let me come up close and show you guys what our hands are actually going to do. So instead of having your hand flat against the mat like this, you're going to create some little tents. So your fingers are going to be making this shape right here. They're not going to be flat. They're going to make these little tent shapes. And that's going to help support you in your handstand. Okay? So go ahead and meet me in tabletop. Make those tent shapes with your fingers. Don't have your fingers flat against the mat here. All right, we're going to take our deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're just going to start with some small circles. Just some small circles going down and around over the wrist. Make sure you're pushing the ground away as you go over your wrist, guys. So when the shoulders go over, you're still pushing the ground away. You're not sinking down into the mat. Let's take one more breath here. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and switch to the opposite direction. So whether you're going towards the left or towards the right, you're just going to switch to the opposite direction now, taking your deep breath in and your deep breath out. One more breath here. And as you exhale, we're going to release. Go ahead and find your centered tabletop position. Take your deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're just going to rock from side to side. Making sure your hands are firmly placed against the mat. Make sure you're pushing the ground away. And we're just rocking from side to side. Taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And if your knees are a little sensitive, you can take your little mat, take your little blanket, take your little pillow, anything really. You can just place it under your kneecaps. If you have an extra couple of yoga mats, you can stack them up. Maybe make your yoga mat a bit thicker. And that can help if you have sensitive knees as well. Because I understand that those who have had knee injuries maybe might find being in tabletop for a long time and doing these movements might be a bit strenuous on the knees. And if that is you, just go ahead and stack some yoga mats, put a blanket, put a pillow, anything soft and cushiony under your knees. All right, we're going to stay for one more breath here. We're going to exhale and find stillness. All right, good. That is great. That is grand. With an inhale, we're going to sink our hips towards our heels, lowering down towards the mat into this child's pose position. Take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. Take one more breath here. And as you exhale, we're just going to come back up onto our knees. We're going to take our wrists and we're going to turn them around so our fingertips are facing towards us, just like so. And we're going to slightly sink our hips towards our heels. You don't have to go all the way down. This is a bit of an intense stretch, especially on your wrist. So as you're going down, pay close attention to the feelings you're feeling in your wrist. If it's too much, just stay in the position where you are in, or you can bring your hands a little bit closer to you to soften a bit of the stretch you're going to feel there. Me, I'm kind of used to this stretch. I've been doing it for a while, so I'm just going to sink all the way down. And it's okay if your palms start to come up as long as your fingers are still gripping the mat. So we're going to go ahead and take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. Let's take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, if you were sinking down towards your heels, just go ahead and pick your hips back up. We're going to turn our wrist back around so our fingertips are facing away from us. Go ahead and create those tents in your fingers with a deep breath in. You're going to tuck your toes and you're going to pick your hips up and shift them to downward dog. Take a deep breath here. And as you exhale, you're just going to want to paddle out your feet. Just paddle them out, going from left to right or from right to left. Just taking your deep breath in and your deep breath out. Go ahead, keep your fingers tented as you're pushing the ground away, pushing your weight towards your heels, taking a deep breath in and a deep breath out. With your next inhale, you're going to find stillness, pushing your weight towards your heels. It's okay if your heels don't sink all the way down towards the mat. You're just going to take a deep breath in and out here. One more breath in. As you exhale, we're going to take small steps and we're going to walk ourselves towards our hands into this forward fold. Go ahead and exhale all your breath out as you deepen your fold. Go ahead, take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and just create some space between your legs. Maybe inch your feet apart, a little bit wider than hip distance. You're going to turn your toes out just a bit. Turn them away from you. And with your next inhale, you're just going to slightly but surely sink yourself down into Malasana. Go ahead and adjust your legs if you need to sink down into that Malasana position. If you need a bit of extra support, you can take your hands and you can keep them firmly placed against the mat. If you're comfortable in your position, you can take your hands, you can place them together in front of your heart chakra center. That's what I'm going to do now, and we're just going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's make sure that we're keeping our spine nice and straight in our Malasana. Let's take one more deep breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to place our hands firmly against the mat. Let's take another deep breath in, making sure that our fingers are tented. We are gripping the mat. As we exhale, we're just going to take our left foot and we're going to turn it towards the front. And we're going to lift up a bit because we're going to take our right foot and we're going to place it back, right? As we lower it down, we're going to use our left foot to create some space as we adjust ourselves into our lizard lunge. Go ahead, take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. Let's take one more deep breath here. And as we exhale, go ahead and place your hands firmly against the mat. Tuck your right toes. Lift your right knee up off the ground. Go ahead, take one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're just going to take that right foot, take it and place it outside of your right hand, sinking your hips back down into Malasana. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We are now just going to repeat that on the opposite side. Go ahead and take another deep breath in, turning the right foot towards the front of the mat, creating space. We're going to be lifting up our hips. And as we exhale, we're going to be taking that left foot, stepping it back, taking our right foot, creating some space as we sink our left leg down into a lizard's lunge. Just like so. And we're going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let's take one more breath here. Okay, with our next inhale, we're making sure that our fingers are tented. We're going to tuck our toes, lift our back knee up. We're going to turn out our right leg, because with our next exhale, we're going to be picking up that left leg, placing it outside of our left hand as we squat back down into our Malasana. Take a deep breath in. And I get that I'm a bit outside of the camera, so let me come back a bit so now you guys can see me clearly. Go ahead and take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. Let's take one more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to take our hands, we're going to place them firmly against the mat, and we're going to extend our legs into this forward fold position. Go ahead, take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. Let's take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're just going to place our hands firmly against the mat as we step our legs back into a downward dog position. All right, now that we are in our downward dog, we're just going to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I want you guys to stay in your downward dog for a moment as I adjust my mats, because they're going to maybe move a little bit out of position for our next exercise. We're going to be doing some little jumping exercises to help us into our handstand. And my yoga mats are on top of carpet, so I know they're going to move out the way. So I'm just going to readjust them before they do all that. So I know they're going to move all out the way. I already know. I already see it happening. But boom, that is a little better. That's a little more organized for me. So let's go ahead, meet me back into your downward dog position. All right, let me take this time to just readjust mine since I got all out of it. All right. Now that I'm in my downward dog and now that my fingers are tented and I'm pushing the ground away, I'm going to take a deep breath in. I'm going to be extending, rolling my shoulders forward over the wrist. And as I exhale, I'm going to be bending the knees, sending my weight back towards my heels. And I'm going to take a deep breath in and I'm going to exhale and I'm going to jump towards my hands. Okay? So that's the sequence. We're going to step back into your downward dog. Okay? With an inhale, we are looking forward. Going over the wrist, shifting over the wrist. We're exhaling, bending the knees towards the heels. And then we are jumping towards our hands, okay? Stepping back. Let's do that again. We're stepping back towards our downward dog. Deep breath in, raising the gaze, shifting the weight forward. Exhale, bending the knees, shifting the weight back. We are on our tippy toes. We are bending the knees. We are, it's like a spring. We're loading our spring. And then we are jumping towards our hands, okay? So we're going to do that for about 5 to 6 times. I just wanted to show you guys a couple times before we get all into it. So let's go ahead and do that a couple more times, guys. Step back into your downward dog. Deep breath in. Raise the gaze. Shift weight forward. Deep breath out. Bending knees, loading that spring. And we jump. Boom. Straighten out those legs, forward fold. Let's do that one more time. Well, actually, I didn't mean one more time. I meant 4 more times. Let's do that 4 more times. Step back. Inhale. Exhale. And jump. Okay, forward fold. 3 more times. Step back. Deep breath in. Raising gaze. Shifting weight forward. Deep breath out. Bending knees, shifting weight back, loading that spring. And we jump. All right? Let's do that 2 more times, y'all. 2 more times, 2 more times. Step back. Inhale. Exhale. And jump. Okay? 1 more time. Step back. Into your downward dog. Inhale, raise your gaze, shift your weight forward. Exhale, bend your knees. And jump. Okay? Meet me in your forward fold. We're going to relax everything out now. Go ahead and grab onto opposite elbows. Go ahead, take this time to catch your breath in your ragdoll. I know my breath is a little out of balance right now from all that jumping. So we're just going to take this time to catch our breaths up and to regulate our breathing inside of this ragdoll. Let's go ahead, let's take a couple deep breaths with me. Deep breath in, nice and slow and deep. And a deep breath out. Take a couple more with me. A couple more. Last breath here. Exhale and release. Go ahead and release your hands back down. Take one more deep breath here in your forward fold. And as you exhale, you're going to take 1 step back with your right leg. Take a step back with your right leg. Just like so. So your left leg is in front, your right leg is in back. You're going to take your left leg, then you're going to scoot it a bit forward. Take your time and scoot it forward. So now you're in this pyramid pose, and you're just going to fold over your left leg. Take a deep breath here. And a deep breath out. Let's take one more deep breath in. And as we exhale, we're just going to shift our feet, turning towards the front. So we're in this deep forward fold. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's take one more breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to turn our feet towards the right. So now we're going to fold over our right leg in this pyramids pose. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Let's take one more breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to firmly plant our hands against the mat. We're going to take our right foot and we're going to step it back into a downward dog. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, we're going to shift our weight forward, bending our knees, lowering down into the tabletop. Go ahead and adjust your tabletop now, especially as I adjust my mat. Okay. Now on tabletop, take a deep breath in. Exhale, walk your hands back so you are in a seated position, sitting on top of your heels. We're going to take our hands, we're going to clasp them together, we're going to roll out our wrist. Take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. Let's just roll it out a little bit more, a little bit more. One more breath here. Let's exhale, let's release, shake it, shake your wrist. Go ahead, shake it out for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, go ahead and walk your hands back out into your tabletop position. Take this time to readjust. We're going to take a deep breath here. And as we exhale, we're going to walk our hands out as we lower our chest down to the ground for puppy's pose. I'm going to rest my forehead here as I take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. I'm going to take one more breath here. And as I exhale, I'm going to pick my chest back up, leaving my forearms on the mat. I'm going to take my hands next. I'm going to clasp them together, making this little basket. So I'm on my forearms. My hands are clasped together, making a basket. Then I'm going to take the crown of my head. I'm going to take the crown of my head here, and I'm going to place it in my little basket that I just made with my hands. So I'm going to place my crown of my head here. Actually, guys, let me take this little ponytail out so I can have a bit of a balance center. I will put that back in my head after I do this. So I'm going to take the crown of my head and I'm going to place it in my little basket. Now that the crown of my head is in my basket, I'm going to take my toes, I'm going to tuck them, and I'm going to raise my knees up off the mat. So I have this kind of a triangle stance with my forearms and my head. So my head is supported for my handstand I'm about to do. And this is a supported handstand. This is a variation. And then we're going to try the actual handstand where we actually use our hands instead of our forearms. But we're just going to do this first. So now we're going to walk our feet closer to us using our forearms and head to lift up off the ground. Center your gaze on one spot. I noticed that squeezing my glutes kind of helped with this. And when I'm gonna fall, I just touch my knees and then land back on my toes. Okay? So if you guys are feeling a little bit unsteady, like how I was feeling a little bit unsteady, and you feel like you're gonna fall, just bring your knees back in close to you and use your feet as support because you're gonna land back on your toes. Like, don't freak out. If you're feeling a little bit unbalanced, don't freak out. Because when you freak out, you fall all type of crazy. You want to guide your fall. You just don't want to fall randomly. When you feel like you're finna fall, you want to be the one to guide the fall the way you want to fall so you don't hurt yourself. Alright, we're going to try that one more time, then we're going to move on to our other type of handstand. So like I said, our forearms are on the mat. We're clasping our hands together to create this little basket. We're taking our crown of our head and we're placing it in our basket. Creating a strong support system right now. Alright, now that our basket is made, our hands are clasped. We're going to tuck our toes and walk them closer to us. As close as they can until they start lifting up naturally. Okay. That was good practice. That was good practice, y'all. Let's go ahead and shake out our arms, shake out our wrists. Let's take the seat on our heels, and we're just going to clasp our hands together. We're going to roll that out before we move on to our next practice. And that is just going to be the handstand where we're actually on our hands like this instead of on our forearms. And I have not mastered that yet. That's why the title is Practice Handstands with me. Okay? Because we are practicing, y'all. All right, so we're just going to roll that out for 3, 2, 1. We're just going to shake now. Shaking out our wrist for 3, 2, and 1. All right, take a deep breath here. And as I exhale, I'm just going to take my left hand. I'm going to place it on top of my head. I'm just going to lean my head towards the left. Then I'm going to relax my arm as my head leans towards the left, getting a stretch down the right side of my neck. Take a deep breath here. And as we exhale, we're just going to tilt the other way so we can get a stretch down the left side of our neck. We're now going to tilt our neck forward and around, keeping our breath nice and steady here. We're now going to switch to the opposite direction. Taking a deep breath in and out. All right, let's center our necks now and prepare ourselves to go into our next type of handstands, okay? So when you guys are ready, we're going to take our hands and we're going to place them firmly against the mat, making sure that our fingers are tented. So remember, we have our tent fingers. They're not flat like this, not flat, tented fingers, like a spider, like a claw fingers. All right, and we are gripping the mat with our fingertips. Now we're going to shift our weight forward, tuck our toes, and shift our hips up. Take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. Take your time to readjust here. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do, make sure you're close by a wall for this one. We're not gonna lift up yet on the wall. I just want to make sure that you're close by a wall to do these next type of exercises. So first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna take your left foot and you're gonna step it in front of your right foot. So you're just gonna step it in front like this. So you're gonna be in this small type of pyramid, just like this, right? Your fingers are gripping the mat, not flat against the mat. You're still making your tents, all right? So you're gonna take a deep breath here. And as you're breathing in, you're gonna raise your gaze, right? And you're going to be getting ready to try to shift your weight forward, almost as if you're coming up, but you're not gonna come up just yet. That's just the inhale part. So you're taking a deep breath here, raising the gaze, expanding the chest. And as you exhale, you're going to be raising your right leg, going on the tippy toes of your left. Then you're gonna lower back down, okay? We're not coming up. You see, that's the exercise that we're doing. We're gonna do that on the wall. That's when we're gonna come up. But right now, we're just practicing our lifting. So inhale, raising the gaze, expanding the chest. Exhale, coming up. And then we're gonna go back down. All right, y'all wait. Y'all hold up. Somebody knocking on my door. Y'all hold up real quick. Y'all wait. Hello, how can I help you? Hi. Hi, baby. How are you? I see.
Color.
I see. You want to color? All right, go color.
Okay.
Here, go color. And I'll be up to color with you, okay? All right, y'all, I'm back now. if you guys got some times. Alright, that was just my niece. She's trying to color. My little niece. So after this, I will be coloring y'all. But anyway, let's go back down into position. So we have, first of all, I'm standing. I'm going to take my left foot. I'm going to step it in front of my right. So I'm like this. Then I'm going to forward fold over my left. So I'm like this. I'm placing my hands. They're firmly against the mat. They're a little bit above my foot. They're a little bit. So they're not at the same distance. They're a little bit above, okay? And I'm taking a deep breath in. I'm raising my gaze and I'm shifting forward. You see that? So I went from here to here. Okay, I went from looking down to inhaling, looking up, and shifting forward. So my shoulders are coming a little bit over my wrist, just a little bit. Okay? So that's the inhale. So inhale. Exhale is kicking up on the tippy toes. Alright? Let's do that one more time. Inhale here. Exhale. Oh, I almost fell. Okay, don't do that. Don't do what I just did, y'all. Don't do what I just did. Don't almost fall like me, okay? Don't do that. Alright? Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Whew. Oh, now let's switch legs. Now, y'all, if y'all thought that was bad, my right leg and my left leg is not the same, man. When I do this on my right leg is in front, I be falling. My balance on this leg is not as strong as my balance on my left leg. Y'all gonna see what I'm talking about right now, and this is why we are practicing, y'all. So I'm gonna try the same thing, but watch how it is on this side. So I'm gonna inhale. Oh my god, I already feel unbalanced. And now I'm gonna exhale. Oh, shit. I feel like I was gonna fall. Let's do that a couple more times. So deep breath in. And a deep breath out. And back down. Alright, let's do that one more time. One more time. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Alright, I'm going to step my feet back close together. And with the inhale, I'm going to raise back up. Okay. Let's check that out, because we are now going to practice with the wall, okay? Now that we practice a little bit of our getting there, the motion of jumping, we didn't really jump yet, because we don't want to jump yet until we have our wall for support, because we're not that confident yet. So that was just our little practice. Now, we're going to go towards the wall. We're going to face our wall. So find you a wall. This is my wall right here. So we're going to face our wall. We're going to take our hands. We're going to place it on the wall. So now we're wall distance. Not wall distance, but your arm distance away from the wall, okay? Okay, and from there, you're going to forward fold. You're going to take your right foot. You're going to step it back. Okay? So your left foot is in front and your right foot is the back. If you feel less dominant, then put your right foot there and put your left foot in the back. The reason my right foot is back and my left foot is up is because I feel more comfortable that way. But if your body might not be like my body, so if you need your right foot in front, put your right foot in front and put your left foot back. Alright, so now we're just going to be practicing lifting up, y'all. So we're basically going to be raising our gaze. We're going to be practicing. So we're just going to start with some momentum, okay? And when you guys are confident enough, you guys feel like, okay, I think I got this. I think I can do this. I think I can lift up. And I feel like, you know, I won't fall. And you guys won't fall because the wall is here. Remember that. The wall is here. And if you feel like you're going to fall, just cartwheel out the fall. Oh, wait. Let me show y'all how to do a cartwheel. Because, you know, it's kind of ignorant thinking everybody can do a cartwheel. Basically, if you feel like you're going to fall in your handstand, you're going to cartwheel out of it. This is how you do a cartwheel real quick. Basically, your leg's going to be like this. Look, my camera not big enough to show all this, okay? But anyway, one leg is going to be in front of the other, and you're just going to twist into it just like that. Just going to twist into it, okay? Just going to, this how I learned. I learned you're supposed to put your leg in front, and you're supposed to kick it, right? Kick it, like you kick it up. And then when it goes back, that's when you turn and you do your cartwheel. See? You're going to kick, and then when you go up, that's how you do it. Kick, go up, and down. So you're kicking up when you kick back. You go down, all right? So let's try it again. Let's try it one more time. Kicking, going up, and down, okay? So we did up and down. We did our cartwheel. Now we know how to safely get out our handstand when we finna fall. We're just gonna cartwheel out of it. All right, so let's get back into position. Hand distance, well, arm distance away from the wall. Forward folding. Taking a step back with our right foot. All right, and then we're just going to tent our fingers, pushing the ground away. And when we're ready, we're just going to kick up. You see, you just gotta kick up. And trust the wall, bro. The wall is there. The wall is there to catch you, okay? You're not gonna fall. You're not going to fall. The wall is going to catch you. All right, so let's try that again. We're hand distance away from the wall. We forward fold. Our hands be gripping the mat. Fingertips gripping the mat. Right foot, step behind the left. Or left step behind the right, however you want. We're pushing some momentum into it. We're rocking back and forth. Mentally preparing ourselves. And when you're ready, only when you're ready though, remember the wall is there. You ain't gonna fall. The wall is gonna catch you. That's why we're doing it on the wall first. The wall will catch you. When you're ready, just kick up. The wall is there. The wall will catch you. Make sure you're pushing the ground away. And when you're ready, when you're done, kick off. Okay? So that is basically how you start the handstands. Start with your wall. You're not gonna fall because the wall is there. You're not gonna crash through the wall. You're gonna be there. You're gonna be safe. You're gonna be supported. And once you are comfortable enough and you're on the wall for a minute, maybe you can hold your wall for like, let's say a minute. You can hold it for like 60 seconds, maybe 2. And then you can start to maybe lean your feet off the wall a little bit. So you're still close to the wall, just in case you feel like you're gonna fall, but you can start leaning them away from the wall a little bit to where you're in a straight line. And you can hold it without the wall support, okay? Well, basically, that is it. We're going to cool down now. So let's go ahead and take our wrists, let's wrap them together. Well, not wrists, but fingertips. Clasp them together as we roll out our wrist. So we did 2 variations of handstands today. We did the one where we were supported on our elbows. And we also did our wall support handstand. So we're going to keep doing those. We're going to keep practicing those 2 variations until we can do it without the support of the wall or without the support of our forearms. So let's just roll this out for 3, 2, 1. And now let's shake it out. Shake out your wrists. Shake out your palms. Shake it out for 3. Shake it out for 2. Shake it out for 1. Let's take a deep breath here and a deep breath out. Let's take one more deep breath in and let's release our shaking. Let's take some time to thank ourselves for this practice. I'm thankful and grateful to myself for doing this practice. I was practicing a lot on this flow. Before I got live, I literally was practicing this flow, like how it's gonna flow, what positions we're gonna do, everything. So even before I was doing this yoga live, I was doing yoga prior to this, like practicing it. So I am thankful and grateful for that. Thankful and grateful for you guys for joining, liking, and commenting. I am always thankful for y'all's support. You guys should take some time to say what you are thankful and grateful for as well. I will give you guys some moments to do so. Take your time and do so. You know, it's good to be grateful. It's good to be thankful. Because when you're in that energy, when you're in that frequency, when you're in that vibration, you can attract more that matches that vibration of gratefulness, okay? Look, it's a science to it. Try it out. Try it out for 30 days. You will see the difference. But I hope that was enough time for y'all to say what y'all was thankful for, what y'all was grateful for. Now we finna read these comments, and then we finna dip out, and I will see you guys another day. But yeah, this flow was dedicated to the person that was on my live 4 days ago who said, do some handstands. This live is dedicated to you. We did some handstands just for you, period. So now let's read these comments. Whew. Now I can put my hair back in my ponytail. Because I could not get on my handstand when my head was not in my ponytail. Alright. Dang, we've been doing this for hours, like 50 minutes. I didn't even know I was live that long. Alright. Macton said, and L said the peace sign. Dro said that's saucy. And we began saucy up in here. Scotty said, can you show a downward dog? My bad, Scotty. My bad, Scotty. Let me show you real quick. Basically, this is a downward dog. Hold up, can you even see that? This is a downward dog. I'm staring in between my toes and my balls of my feet are flat against the mat. But it doesn't have to be. My first variation of downward dog before I was able to get here was looking like this. So I was on my tippy toes and my flats of my feet weren't on the ground. So I usually started off from here, but now I've made my way to being able to do it like this. So that's downward dog. And Scotty also said I was pointing my toes during one of my exercises. Sometimes I forget. I be a little forgetful sometimes, but thank you for calling me out on that. And some guy also said, can we see some different angles? Look, we'll be able to see more angles when I have another camera. Because to get a different angle right now, because I only got one camera, I have to like literally either like move a different direction or change the mat or change the angle of the camera. But don't worry, y'all. This is just the beginning. We will get greater, we will get better, and we'll be able to have more angles and stuff like that. But without further ado, enjoy y'all day, enjoy y'all night, your afternoon, whenever y'all are watching this. And I will see you guys later. Peace, love, and kisses, enjoy, and all that good stuff.